How are you, my internet family? How's it going? I am so happy that you are enjoying my December diary so far. And today is just going to be a bit of a chatty one. I am in my regular filming room with the normal setup, except I'm cozy, I'm comfortable, and it's nice. Today I want to chat about my job, being a full-time YouTuber, which is something I'm very grateful for, and that's the whole theme of this month's videos. But yeah, it's something I get asked about loads and loads from you guys in comments and social media, and people in traditional media who don't really get it. And I do get why people are so fascinated and confused. It is the best job in the universe, I'm not gonna lie. I get to do my hobby and earn a living from it. Weird. I think a lot of people don't know what this job entails, and they don't really get how you make money from it and all that stuff. I forget that not everyone is in this little bubble that we're in, where we're all just duh. And there's so many of you who are interested and curious about it, so I thought I'd kind of chat through what it's like being a YouTuber. I used to work in retail, stacking shelves and sweeping floors and stuff, and I then went to university to study teaching, got my degree and all, and now I make a living by doing all sorts of random things, getting paid by all sorts of random companies, getting paid to have advertisements run on videos that I make myself about stuff I'm interested in. And I'm just this virtual friend who does social media stuff and videos and presenting, and it's weird. I'm still not kind of used to it, if you get me. It's all still very new to me. I only started 3 years ago, so I'm kind of behind. A lot of my friends have been doing this way longer than me, so I still feel like a newbie sometimes. It might be a bit shocking to hear, but this channel gets on average about 1 million views a month across hundreds of videos that I've made. So a part of my income comes from the ads that get placed on the starts of my videos, kind of like with TV. If you're watching, I don't know, a TV show, Game of Thrones, that's a great one, you'll notice there's ad breaks. That's where the money comes from. But then also I'll get to work with kind of brands that I love and charities that I love. The reason there's a load of books to my left is because I was filming the only sponsored video I'm putting on my channel this month, which is a video about books, and it's sponsored by a publisher's Penguin. That's just an example of a paid integration. And I'm not businessy, so all this businessy stuff is something that I'm still having to learn. I'm not completely comfortable in it yet, but I enjoy kind of figuring it out. And I have management now as well, which is just scary. I had a meeting the other day with my management and an accountant, and I was at the top of the table. I was their boss. I've been told now that a lot of people make it their goal to be a full-time YouTuber, which that didn't exist a few years ago for me. I never set out to do this, but I think a lot of you have this image that it's always glamorous, and that it's, and I don't blame you. You see a lot of me, for example, on red carpets and, meeting celebrities and going to all these cool conventions and doing meetups and going on TV and, all that kind of stuff. But it is definitely not all that at all. In fact, this is what it's more like on an average day-to-day basis. Sitting down, staring at a screen, editing, writing down ideas, scripting, doing emails, managing social media accounts, writing for my book, uploading, optimizing my videos for search by doing tags and description box, designing thumbnails. It can be noon, and sometimes I feel I'll blink and it's midnight. I have to make a point of forcing myself to, go socialize and go out for walks and things, and to remember to eat food. I'd go insane otherwise. It can get quite lonely, and sometimes I do wish I could, that I had to get up and commute to an office and back, and that I had set working hours, and that I had people to be around during the day and stuff. But there's pros and cons. I get to choose my working hours. I can have a lie-in if I want to. I can choose my days off. I am completely in charge of myself. But on the bad side of that, then it's I am completely responsible for myself. Nothing will get done if I don't force myself to. It all falls back on me, and it can be so easy to procrastinate. But I'm so glad I suck at normal jobs. I'm really good at this. I'm really good at a lot of things, but I know what I'm not good at, and what I'm not good at is kind of monotony, you know, like doing the same thing over and over again and stuff like that. Some people are amazing at that. That's why those jobs speak to them, call them to them, whereas I have more of a creative brain, so I kind of have to be always challenging myself and pushing myself. I'm definitely an extrovert. I get my energy from being around other people, so I live for like YouTube gatherings and stuff. It's just so much fun. Like, I always film them in some way. I have a playlist of YouTube events and stuff. Sometimes if they're too fun, I forget to, but it's kind of like, it has that university vibe, or like, you know, college night out, or a boarding school atmosphere. It's just all these YouTubers in a hotel for a few days, and we do a lot of panels and meetups, yeah, but then the night times are like parties, and everyone just lets loose and goes a bit mad, and they are so epic, and they keep me going when I'm getting a bit lonely. Like, I love my own company. That's what makes this job a bit easier for me. But yeah, I definitely go a bit spare when I'm not around people for too long. Sometimes we get to do the coolest stuff ever. For example, recently a bunch of YouTubers from around the world got flown to Amsterdam for like a few days, and we recorded a Christmas charity single. I'll show you guys a clip of that here actually, but if you want to support it, there's a link in the description box.
It's white outside, it snows, but you have to know I'm cold inside and blue, 'cause Christmas don't feel right. Christmas just ain't Christmas without you.
All sorts of random stuff that kind of comes about just by doing this as a job and kind of putting yourself out there and networking. Networking is literally just like, I don't know, getting to know people, and like it's one thing that was a hurdle for me at the start, and now I think I'm pretty good at it. Like, I don't know, I like meeting new people. I've become very sociable because of this job. I like catching up with other people who do the same thing as me, and we're all kind of part of this team, like team internet. We all do the same thing, we all know what goes into it, so we can all really appreciate and respect each other in a way that other people can't, because they don't understand fully. Most of the day, 7 days a week, we sit on our arse working away at a computer, and we do work damn hard. Like, I know the whole skill is making it look easy. That's the skill in doing this as a job. You're constantly trying to balance so many things, because my job isn't just these videos or social media stuff. My job is like doing talks, or showing up at events, or presenting, or writing articles for websites, or kind of being on other YouTube channels even, where you're kind of paid to be there. For example, the icon jobs I do with Hannah on Icon UK. Speaking of Hannah, you know, I've gotten to meet some of my best friends through this job. You know, I've gotten to have a couple of relationships through this, where I learned so much about myself and about what I don't want and what I do want, and it's brought me so much. But like, I want to do so much more. I want to direct, I want to try out acting in shorts, I want to make documentaries, like, and this is a kind of pathway into all of that stuff. You know, I always wanted to write, and now I'm writing a book, and like, why would I not be grateful for this job? Every inch of my being is so thankful and grateful for this bloody job. I know I'm really lucky, and I've gotten to work with and befriend some of the biggest creators on this site, and like, the only thing that stands in my own way is me. I can do whatever I want with this, because I've built it from the ground up myself, and obviously people have helped along the way in different ways, but that goes for everything in life. And all this happened because I just decided to go for it and just do it. Like, if you go back to my earliest videos, I'm so cringy and embarrassing. I want to delete like most of my videos, but I'm not going to, because they show where I came from. And I'm grateful for my big Irish balls, as Conor McGregor would say. I'm grateful for all of my work colleagues, aka my friends, who make this so enjoyable and fun and exciting and interesting. I'm grateful for YouTube for existing, and I'm grateful for all of the people who watch YouTube and support my content by, you know, leaving the comments and liking it and stuff. All that stuff is what makes new people find my videos, which is why I always encourage you guys to do that if you enjoy my shite on here. This job is the bestest, and And yeah, you're allowed to be jealous because we're so lucky and we have it very sweet. And oh, I love my job. And my comment question is, what's your dream job? Write it down and kind of think about how you could go about making that happen. Because I never thought that this was my dream job until it happened, you know? There you go.